Douthat, The Decadent Society, How We Became the Victims of Our Own Success. In The Decadent Society, How We Became the Victims of Our Own Success, Douthat provides a comprehensive analysis of how Western societies have become decadent. As a result of past successes, modern societies are experiencing economic stagnation, institutional decay, and a lack of cultural innovation. This book summary delves into the forces driving a decadent capitalist economy, the role of technology in producing an unhappy and disengaged generation, and the prospects of a renaissance or catastrophe that might change the current state of stagnation. The book offers a thought-provoking exploration of the challenges faced by today's affluent societies, examining the possibility of forging a new way forward.
Decadence in Western Societies. The Challenger disaster in 1986 undermined the confident spirit that the 1969 moon landing brought. Today, modernity is associated with constant progress, and the lack of new inspirations weighs down the present civilization. Western societies are no longer optimistic but rather self-absorbed. The search for utopian goals and religious faith is replaced by technology that simulates experiences. This has led to decadence, a state of decline for successful cultures where institutions deteriorate and vision is lost. To avoid being perceived as decadent, societies need to be expansionary and open to contributing to the wider world. The impact of low birth rates on the economy. The 21st century is witnessing an economic and demographic decline in the United States caused by the failure of technologies and business models to make a profit. Ordinary Americans are earning less, corporate investment is declining, and productivity is down. Additionally, birth rates are plummeting to an all-time low, leading to several problems such as aging societies and a lack of innovations. This proliferation of low birth rates can be attributed to societal factors such as advancements in contraceptive measures, feminism, divorce, secularization, and the decrease in infant mortality rates. The decline in birth rates might be welcome news for individuals, but it has several economic implications for societies. As older populations dominate markets, they become less forward-looking and innovative, leading to apprehension and despair about the future. Many societies suffer from these aging populations, leading to fear and pessimism about the future, which impedes economic and social growth. Immigration as economic salvation. The US and Europe sought to solve their economic problems by relying on immigration amidst falling fertility rates. However, this solution gives rise to its problems characterized by the resentment of native populace and newcomers. With a tenuous connection to the future, this could incite future nationalistic uprisings in response to the policy. Immigration doesn't seem to offer a solution to lack of innovation and progress since it mainly contributes to political stalemates. The government's incapacity to pass laws and negotiate effectively can make it an easy target for authoritarianism. The decline of vital culture. In the absence of traditional stability, culture regresses into narcissism and rule-breaking for its own sake. This type of decadent culture repeats itself, becoming a museum of the past that creates the sense that history has stopped. Digital forms of entertainment have supplanted real life, leaving young adults with anxiety, depression, and a preference for video games over work. This state of stagnation and decadence is sustained by achievements of the past. People trapped in various forms of entertainment are unlikely to make radical changes or protest the state of modern life. The challenge is to start up history again. The Era of Indefinite Decadence. The book argues that the 21st century has seen the acceptance of problems that were previously revolutionary, such as drug abuse, terrorism, and alienation. While this may seem like a trigger for change, the reality is that people have become desensitized to these issues, leading to a self-stabilizing but stagnant society. The author suggests that even oppressive forms of control, such as surveillance and virtual entertainment, may become the new norm. The absence of a powerful alternative to the current liberal order means that it could continue indefinitely. While liberal democracies such as Russia and Turkey may offer some hope for change, they are ultimately nationalistic versions of stagnation. China presents a more complex problem. If it falls into economic stagnation and political dormancy, it will no longer be viewed as a viable alternative to the West. The book also argues that Western democracies have neutralized rivals by recruiting their brightest people through high-end, skilled immigration. Catastrophic change in the future. The end of a decadent society can occur due to several reasons, including a sudden mutation of a virus or the uncontrollable use of existing technologies and weapons. The world may become unsustainable economically due to its immense and widespread debt, or climate change may lead to food shortages and human migrations, which will eventually become politically unsustainable. Experts did not predict the Great Recession in 2008, and without technological innovations, climate change may be the reason for vast famines and human migrations. However, Africa, with its increasing population and religiosity, may lead to a new source of renewal and possibly migration to Europe. With over 40% of the world's population projected to be African by 2100, the possibility of Eurafrica looms. It's essential to understand that nations cannot sustain their decadence indefinitely, and the signs of potential calamity are more severe than they seem. Creating a new renaissance. The right wing and liberals need to break their deadlock for a renaissance to happen. The right wing desires to preserve traditional Christian, European civilization, while liberals are future-looking and lack shared experiences and historical consciousness. A new renaissance would resemble the birth of the modern world, with significant changes in technology, politics, and spiritual life. A technological discovery that changes how people live could propel a renaissance forward, inspiring new parameters for political discussion. Possible changes include focusing on smaller communities, nurturing common culture and good governance in nationalism, promoting internationalism and a new socialism, or having a mass religious revival. These versions of Renaissance are not mutually exclusive, and multiple simultaneous renaissances are possible, similar to the origins of the modern world. Escaping the stagnation. In the aftermath of Western civilization's space age, we face a critical dilemma on whether our progress has been stunted or if we have reached the point of luxury and ease where decadence takes hold. This thought-provoking book explores the inevitable result and a civilization reaches disillusionment and the importance of finding new worlds to escape the stagnation that threatens to further erode progress and ultimately, the survival of our species.
Douthat's book paints a vivid picture of a decadent society marked by economic stagnation, institutional decay, and a pervasive sense of inertia. However, the author remains optimistic about the possibility of breaking this impasse by embracing significant changes in technology, politics, and spirituality, which could potentially catalyze a true renaissance. This new era may involve a combination of multiple renaissances, leading to a revitalized and more dynamic civilization. In the face of such challenges, it is up to us to consider whether decadence is an inescapable destiny or an opportunity to create a brighter future for ourselves and the generations to come.